Hello, I hope everyone is having a terrific or a warm Monday. And I want to tell you guys, go ahead and come in. This will be a long one, not too long, I hope. But if you are easily triggered, I would like for you to leave now. I have my trigger warning. Please be advised at the bottom. This is one that if you're still dealing with someone being unalived, any type of passing, it probably will trigger you. So if you don't think that you can handle it, the time is to leave now. The time is to leave now. If you can go ahead and hit that like button, if you can subscribe and share this video, and don't forget to turn on that notification bell. And I would love to hear you guys' comments about this particular story. Let's get started. Let me go ahead and share my screen. While I'm sharing, I want to send a shout out to CBS News in Miami. As you can see here on the screen, it states a man detained after a woman, four children unalive in a motor vehicle crash in Miami Gardens, official says. So let me go ahead. I want to make this a little bit bigger. I guess that's the biggest I can make it for you guys. So let me go ahead and get this started for you can listen to it. Let me make sure I got. Sorry about that. Let me make sure I got everything up, and I want you guys to hear what the news reporter has to say. Uh-oh.
Unspeakable tragedy. A woman and four children die after a car and two SUVs crash in Miami Gardens. Let's take a live look at that scene right now. It's clear, but we know investigators worked well into the night searching for evidence to figure out what caused that crash. Police shared a few details with CBS News Miami's Nikaya Carrero. Nikaya, alcohol was a factor.
Miami Gardens Police Department is calling this a mass casualty as four kids and one woman died after a car smashed into the back of their car. Now, what we do know at this time is all of them were in the same vehicle. And we do have surveillance video of that crash and the aftermath, but we do want to warn you, it may be difficult to watch. In a surveillance video from a home along Northwest 37th Avenue, you see the aftermath of a horrific crash. People running up after hearing the moment of impact from inside their homes. Right. According to Miami Gardens police, shortly before 6 p.m., a black Kia Sorento hit a white Altima with 6 people inside, pushing it into a silver Cadillac Escalade before crashing into a fence.
There were several vehicles involved. We can definitely confirm that speed was a factor, and alcohol was also a factor.
Police say an Opelika police officer was on his way into work and witnessed the entire crash. Miami-Dade Fire Rescue says people had to be cut out of a car. Multiple adults and children were taken to hospitals, including a child who was airlifted.
Understand that, when you're dealing with an incident of this magnitude, time is of the essence.
Detectives revealed the driver at fault in the black Kia is 25-year-old Antonio Wilcox Jr. Police say after the accident, he opened his driver door and fell. He is being charged with 5 counts of vehicular homicide as traffic homicide detectives continue their investigation.
We are going to be out here all night until we can answer every single question that our law enforcement professionals have.
Miami Gardens Police Department also told us additional charges are expected. Now, they did say he was taken to the hospital but has no serious injuries. In Miami Gardens, Nikaya Carrero, CBS News, Miami.
Thank you, Nikaya. Stay with CBS News Miami for updates and continuing coverage of this deadly crash. We'll also have the latest details on our website.
Okay, guys, I would just like to say once again, thank you to CBS News, and that was Channel 4. And let me see here, because I had some things that I wanted to read. Let me go and see. Let's see. According to permanent. Okay. So I want to read some of the things they've already stated on here, but I want to read. The officer said that it was a white Nissan Altima and a black Kia Sorento and a silver Cadillac Escalade, as you heard in the video, involving multiple people. So it wasn't just the 5 people, the 1 adult and the 4 children that were unalive, there was other people that were hurt as well, including 3 who were trapped inside one of the cars and had to be, as they said earlier, cut out. Okay. So it says here that Janati told the reporters that a woman and 4 children unalived after the conditions of other people who remained in the hospital are not revealed at this time. So it's other people that are still in the hospital. It says here that the woman and the children were inside the Nissan Altima, the Nissan and the Kia driver later identified. And you guys heard that. I was trying to see, I seen another one. Let's see. At this time, Wilcox is facing 5, and I guess that's his last name, Wilcox, is facing 5 counts of vehicular homicide, and Miami Gardens police traffic homicide detectives will continue to investigate the circumstances surrounding the crash throughout the night. Janiti, and I'm not sure if I'm saying that name right, said that the speed and alcohol was a factor in the crash. However, Miami Gardens police told CBS Miami that additional charges are expected as they await his toxicology, Wilcox toxicology. So let me go ahead and stop sharing that particular, and I will put that link on in the description box if you guys want to, play it for yourself or anything of that nature. So for me, when I came across and where I originally came across it, let me go ahead and share this. This is where I originally came across, and I want to send a shout out to LST Promo and LST Promotions on Instagram. This is where I originally came across this particular story. And before I had went any further, I was like, well, let me do some research to see, what's really going on. Because, when you get stuff off of Instagram or TikTok or whatever, you want to do your due diligence. So, anywho, LST Promo wrote on here, a mother of 4 lost all her children and her mother in a car accident. She currently is at the hospital fighting for her life. So, the mother, so they said it was 6 in there. So if it was 6, it was the 4 kids, the mom, the grandmother, and the mother. So the mother, which is you see right here on this picture, right here, that's her 4 babies. That's one of her babies. This is the mother. So it was 6 in there. So it was the 4 kids, and then wow. Yeah. That was a lot. Oh wow. 4 kids, I'm assuming was in the back and the mother and the grandmother in the front. But yeah, it's stating here that she is currently in the hospital fighting for her life. So it possibly, and I'm praying to God that it does not, and she makes it through this. But if not, the family will have an additional loss that will be 2 adults and 4 children. So I was reading down here. If you look down here in this little box down there, that is, it states here, it's official. My sister, my great nephew, and my 3 great nieces are gone. We lost 5 family members. My God. This was by Robert Jones. But before I go any further, I want to go here, and you see in this box, you can see a better picture of her. It says here, how do you tell my friend, how do we tell my friend that she lost all her children and her mother? How do you even overcome something like that? Baby, I know you're strong, but damn, that's a lot to bear. And I pray that God can feel your heart. I love you so much. Words doesn't even describe how. Whoever put it, well, LST Promo put it on here, but they didn't put the person's name or anything that was talking. And they were basically writing this pertaining to the young lady on here, because she lost her mother and her children, and she's fighting for her life. Oh, okay, I'm sorry about that. That wasn't part of. I'm sorry, I hit the wrong thing. Okay, so this is pretty much. Okay, yeah, this is pretty much the same thing. Okay, so let's see. Okay, and this is how I found the information out, that it was CBS Miami, and it's saying this was 2 hours based when they put it. It was 2 hours, and that's when they put, this happened actually on Saturday. It's saying here on Saturday evening, but let me go ahead and stop sharing. So what I did was I was like, okay, I looked at the symbol on there and I was like, that's not Instagram. That looks like Facebook. So let me go ahead and share my screen with you guys. And I located Robert on Facebook. I'm going to go ahead and what am I sharing my screen on? That is not what I want to share my screen on. Sorry. I'm just clicking away. Okay. So, anywho, I located Robert Jones on Facebook, and right here where he initially put the post on Instagram stating it's official, that he lost his sister. So let me go ahead and read it again. He's stating here, right up in this area, he states, it's official. And this was, it says a day ago, it's official. My sister, my great nephew, and my 3 great nieces are gone. We lost 5 family members. My God. And, I was looking at some of his other videos and he was walking around. This is after, looked like he was getting ready for work. But, he was playing his gospel music. And when you're going through something like that, it's like he was just walking around and getting dressed. But I've seen that walk because I've done that. I've had to do that walk about 2 years ago. And that walk is when you can't get your mind together. You just can't understand, and you're just trying to understand, and you're asking God to help you get through this. And people just was commenting, giving their condolences. One person said, "Oh my God, so sorry, cousin." And I'm going to keep my eye out, especially when this goes to trial. And he put up here, he was like, let me see. If you could see right here, I can't really, let's see if I play it. Let's see, can I expand it? It says here, let me see, can you guys see it? Well, you can and can't, but it says here that God, it says, you are still God and is worthy of all the praise and worship. We honor you. Thank you, Jesus. And, he's just still he's calling, and that's the only person you can call on, that's the only person you can call on is Jesus when you're going through stuff like this. And, this is his video when he was walking through, and like I told you, let me, gotta take the music out. But this is him walking around, and he's in his kitchen and he's walking around, look like he's getting ready for work. And we just need to keep this family, the loved ones, friends, family of all the people that got hurt. And I know this is going to be hard for people to understand, but I'm going to keep the person with the DUI in my prayers, because you have all of this on your hands. And for people who decide that they're going to make the conscious decision, let me go ahead and stop sharing. People that's going, that's him walking around. Y'all can see him. He's just walking around. That's Mr. Jones, Mr. Robert Jones. He said, you still God, you're worthy. And let me see if he wrote anything else. Part 2, he's playing his gospel music. You can tell he has his uniform on, and he's kind of, he's just sniffing. It's a lot. It's a lot. And my heart and my prayers go out to him and his family. I didn't really want to reach out to say anything to bother him because he lost his sister, his great nephew, and 3 great nieces. And then he has, um, the mother of the children fighting for her life. I don't know what her condition is as of yet, but when I find out, I will post it and update you guys. But this was his sister, which is her daughter, and that's his niece that's fighting for her life. Let me go ahead and stop sharing. But this is a cautionary tale that I want to really just tell anyone that wants to get out, drink and drive, or under any influence. It could be under, pills. It could be under booze. It could be anything that, unless it's a medical emergency and you have no control over it, you have options. You can call for a driver. There are bars or wherever you're drinking if you're at somebody's house. And that's the thing too. If you're around somebody and they're drinking and you're not inebriated, that you can't tell them. If you see somebody drinking, take their keys. Take their keys. It don't matter if they get mad. And I'll be like this. If you're drinking and you think you finna go drive, you either give me those keys or I'm gonna call the police myself on you, because you have to stand in the paint when they can't stand in the paint for themselves. I don't want to make this a long, drawn out video, but at the end of the day, for me, there are people that have been injured. There are 5 people that are, God rest their soul, unalived because of this person's actions that they wanted to get behind the drive and the vehicle and drive. And most of the time when people are drinking and driving like that, that's not their first offense. It's really not, because they've done it before and they've made it home. Oh, I'm not that far. I can make it home. And I think it needs to be harsher sentences and punishment for people who drink and drive for the first time. Okay, yeah, it depends on what you're doing that first time. But I don't even know if they should give them a slap on the hand the first time. And it doesn't even matter if you take their license, because a lot of times they drive without the license. And I'll be shocked to see if this is one of the cases where he may not even have license or insurance or anything. You just never know. But I'm going to keep my foot on his neck and see what's going on. And I will be bringing um, documents, reports, and everything, because there is no justice to bring back these people. And there's no justice. This young lady is fighting for her life. And I'm praying that she either has pulled out, because based on the young lady or the person, I don't know if it was man or female, that was stating on Instagram, how do you tell your friend that her children and her mother are gone? So that I don't want to speculate, but it seems like maybe she's pulled out of it. I don't know, but I'm going to keep her in my prayers. And if you guys know anybody that, wants to drink and drive or use any substance, anything, and get behind the wheel, or even if they don't get behind a wheel and they're out walking, they can end up losing their life or causing an accident because of being intoxicated or being on other things. So I just want to say to everyone, please do your due diligence. If they can't make their own decisions, you make it for them. Point blank in the period. So if you didn't hit the like button on your way coming in, please hit it on your way going out. And you guys go ahead and subscribe to this channel and make sure that you always turn on that notification bell. That's it right there with the little red symbol. You turn on that notification bell. And until next time, peace and soul. Mwah.